Morning and welcome to part 3 of the Team Associated / Yokomo YZ-10 build. Got most of the chassis done the other day, diffs in, all the belts and everything, working on the front suspension now. Part 2 wasn't in the greatest of form, got a few things wrong. Should be okay today, a bit more awake. Let's see. We're up to here. We're going to put the front suspension together. Now, you might have noticed, as you can see over the side here, I've pre-prepped all these pins and already put the E-clips on. We all know what E-clips are like. They're an absolute pain, and these ones are so very tiny. So I figured I was going to be swearing at them a lot. So I've pre-prepped on one end. Because the only pliers we've got are these ones, which are massive, although they work surprisingly well. That's a good start. I know a lot of people, me included, refer to these as Jesus clips. I'm not going to say why. I think most people know. And that when you've got big ass old fingers like me, it's not easy to pick them up. Okay, that's in the right spot. Just need to move that pin in a little bit. That's 2 successful clips. I like that. Check everything here. We're all okay. Next in the instructions is a couple of turnbuckles, which is these ones. I've already put them together. It's boring. You don't want to watch me put turnbuckles together. They're boring. Let's go over here. Now we're on to the rear hubs. Here we go. These, just by way of comparison, this is the front wheel hub. This is the rear, significantly wider. Someone else that works at this shop might have got that wrong when he built his YZ-870. Not going to mention any names, although it was Brett. You may have noticed that I'm not referring to the instructions here, because when you build as many kits as I have, some things are pretty obvious. Oops, that one didn't. Beautiful. Let's get, yep, move that across there so you guys can see it as well. That way you can look at it, and if I'm getting it wrong, you can yell at the screen, "Tone, you got it wrong." Check this as a reference. That is correct with this side there. Now we need one of these. Let's pull out the JPRC shock pliers. You saw me use these in part 2 and they're just brilliant. So good. It makes what used to be a real pain in the ass job so much easier. Just realised that I should have paid more attention. Whoa! That went flying. There it is. I got that wrong. They're two different balls in here. So we'll just put, one's got a flanged end, the other one doesn't have. Okay. This is the one we want here, and this has an M3 by 15, which is this one. That goes through, which end is it? The end without the flange. With a lock nut on the end. We've got some lock nuts here. It's a Yokomo kit, but I'm still going to use a Tamiya spanner on it. Okay, that's done. Just check that for reference. That looks pretty good. Universal joint through. I'll turn that round so that I've got the flat surface there, and put on the big wheel hub. Is a nice meaty 4mm set screw. I will check to make sure I've got that right. Already I'm doing better than what I did in part 2. Haven't got anything wrong yet. That's all good, that's all good. There's a ball stud screw goes in here. There. Check. That's the correct one. Now, this is a little tight. If this was my race car, I would probably just sand the inside here just to make it a bit looser, but I think it's actually not too bad. Something worth noting there, you want to get that right. Now, tiny little E-clip, big pliers. Went down rather well. That's left hand side done. And Yokomo, economic as ever with instructions, assemble the right side in the same manner. We'll do that. 15, that's coming from the rear of the vehicle through here. Again, trusty Tamiya spanner. You like me, have you got thousands of these at home? Or did you not have a billion Tamiya kits? Okay, that goes in. Oh, I might put this in most of the way. There's the flat. Need to line that up with the flat on the axle. Okay, yep, it's good. So far this looks the same as that, apart from this. Put this sucker in, this goes on the inner hole. Done. Goes in here once again. This one is a little tighter than the right hand side, but it seems to be okay. Push that through. Another E-clip. I'm so glad that these days most kits don't use these to hold all these bits on. Oh. I must admit I complained at the start of the day to the boys, I can't put E-clips on using these. I can. Guess what? Guess who made a mistake? Me. Now comes the fun, trying to get this one off. What have we got? Because no matter what I do, it's probably going to head somewhere across the other side of the studio. Looks like we've got a couple of spares, so that could be good if I can ever get this one off. I did. Well, there you go. That's my first mistake for this morning. Not too bad, all things considered. That's better. Need to change this to the correct side. I could cheat and get this all edited so that no one knows I made a mistake, but I'd rather leave it in. As I said in part 2, it's a lot harder talking and building than you might think.
What did I miss out on?
Oh, I did make one mistake.
Excuse me. Already? You've only been going 3.5 minutes.
No, it says 14 minutes 23 seconds.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
just a guesstimate.
I flipped the arm over the wrong way. So, but I pointed it out to the people. I had one like that and one like that, and I took an E-clip off.
And on. Did you show people how you do it?
I showed people how I did it, which isn't necessarily the right way, but it worked.
Did you use the hobby knife?
No, I'm not using a hobby knife.
Really?
Because I've seen what you do when the hobby knife, you end up amputating things.
Bleeding is part of build. How's the YZ-10 going? What a cracker.
What a cracker.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. And right at the moment, very affordable.
Well, we can't say that. This will be
produced
and released long after they've gone. People would have come and gone. But
I know.
we did at the time have an amazing
We had an amazing
offer.
deal.
We didn't lower the price. We sent our esteemed customers a newsletter
And offered them a special, very special deal.
Wasn't it a coupon?
A coupon, and they could either get 2 boxes of cornflakes or a YZ-10 for a bargain price.
Look at you! You did that with a plum. A plum.
I've got a plum at home.
Have you?
Yes. Look, we've got suspension bits.
You did that actually quite quick.
I know. I was surprised. Probably because I admitted to the people that I cheated and put all those E-clips on first.
So we got left, we got right. I can't look at it backwards.
Can't you?
No.
No, I can. See,
You can.
now you've done that and you've confused me.
All right. Well, you like to look at things backwards. I'll leave it with there then.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
so
good.
What are we doing next?
I'm going
Putting the arms on.
to put them onto here.
Now I like the way that you've actually preloaded your
E-clips. Yeah. I always do that.
Now modern buggies, it's really we're spoiled. We don't have E-clips anymore. Do we?
I don't know about being spoiled. I think that's how it should be.
Really?
Oh, this is terrible.
Because not only when you're servicing it and cleaning it, but often you'll come back from a race on the track and you'll be missing E-clips.
Yeah.
Right? They just fall off.
Or as
I don't know where they're gone.
Or as we call them, Jesus clips.
Jesus clips. Yeah.
Jesus clips.
That's right.
And I've said I'm not going to explain why they're called that. I think most people will probably know.
Because when they flick off,
Well,
what do you say?
Yeah. No. And
Jeebus.
Jeebus. Ah, yeah. Homer's version. Yeah. Jeebus. Because that's what you say. I know some people say that you do it like put it in a plastic bag and do it. That just makes it fly out of the plastic bag. It just does not work for me. Look at that.
Yeah, you have to be quick.
Yeah.
Swift.
Yeah. Like Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skip track.
Enough of that.
Well, I'm trying not to annoy you because I can see that you're a bit confused.
No, I was confused before it starts.
Front ones or rear ones?
Oh, I think we're going to do front ones first because it says in the manual. Front ones first.
Front ones first.
Front ones first, ignore Brett. Yeah.
Right.
I'm just looking here to make sure it says R.
Like a pirate.
This is a pirate one. R. Look at that.
Now, this might sound wrong, but can you slide it in from behind?
That sounds perfectly all right to me because
It's a Friday.
Because you've assembled a YZ-870 and you know what it's like.
Because it's easier to put the clip on from the front, but I can't remember because they do have a kick up.
Yeah.
Into the
front bulkhead.
Into the bulkhead.
Yeah.
Because it's a flat chassis.
Yep. And that is indeed possible, sir. Yep. And that makes it a lot easier to put on. Yep. There, you heard it from the man who has built one.
And I actually haven't actually taken the arms off of it yet because of the E-clips.
Because you're too scared to. Oh no!
We want to have a packet, right? And if you have one of these and you're using one of these and you're racing one of these or playing with one of these, you should have a packet of 3mm E-clips.
Yeah.
They're just 3mm E-clips. Aromax do them. I know that Yokomo will have them as a spare part as well.
Do we?
Bags of 10.
We would have them on the wall.
Yeah, absolutely. Tight like a tiger. Precision.
No, it's more. I probably just haven't got it lined up right, which is the story of my life.
You took it there.
Yeah.
You took it there.
Sure.
Oh, well, you're under control. All I'm doing is befuddling you.
No, I was befuddled long before you came in. I'm actually going to pull that out and make sure that there's not something obstructing it, because it
doesn't feel right.
No, a
bit of a dry install.
Ah, yeah, it's not happy to go in even without the arm in. So
I don't have an arm reamer, but I have got a.
I'm just going to go in from the other way. That's fine.
That way.
That's pretty good.
Oh, there's been a little bird that you just knocked off.
Yeah, I think it's you're right. It's very tight. If I get the E-clips so that it's not sticking down, that's the difference.
You can actually apply a little bit of
no, that was the difference. That was indeed the difference.
I'll do that.
You do that.
5 degrees. 5 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
Now I've made it really awkward because now you've got another set of hands in there.
Yeah. I think it'll be a good one now. Look at that.
Slide straight in.
See? Look at that. That's how the professionals do it, or in our case, we do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Between you and me, I wonder how many cars we would have built.
You would have been far more, because I actually only really started building a lot of kits in the past 5 or so years.
Oh, okay.
Before that, I wasn't known to build a lot of kits.
Yeah, I've probably done several hundred, I would think.
Do you have a standout one as your favourite?
Yes. My very first TRF 414.
Yeah, and a good kit to build.
Because it was the very first thing that I ever built that was like everything was, there was no
Competition.
There's no plastic bits.
No compromise.
Everything was machined.
Machined in carbon.
Actually, it wasn't a 414, it was a 415. Yeah. We're going to let that fall off.
Let it fall off.
Let it fall off. Yeah, it was a 415. And when I built it, I wanted to pull it apart so I could build it again.
Was that good?
It was so good, and it's
I've actually got a 421 to build.
oh, new one.
A brand new one.
I need to find out where that one went.
Contract build. Probably do it in the studio. Oh, actually, I won't do it. There's one here.
Yeah, that was the one I just pulled off. So there's one hiding in here somewhere. The one that just fell. There it is. Here.
Do you want me to have a little
You do that
bit of
because my fingers are a bit fat for that.
Are they?
A 421 is the latest TRF.
That's the latest one. That is a brand new one. Come
And
on, show you.
they are not here yet.
A very good friend and customer.
You got friends?
No. Well,
Yeah.
Damien Dixon.
Damo's letting you build his car.
Yes. He's already built 2.
Oh, so he's sick of it.
Damien doesn't do things by halves.
No, I'm aware of that. I'm glad I gave you. You said it was easy to do it like this. Must have been an absolute bath to doing it at the other end.
I'm not overly happy with these pliers, to be honest. It's not generally how I would do them with flat pliers. And if I fling this off, I'm going to say, Jeebus.
It's on.
It did do a little click then, did you hear
I
it?
heard the click.
Probably the audio didn't, but it's a really satisfying little click.
Now that's what James May says in his series, The Reassembler, where he pulls things apart and then
The satisfying clicks.
and then puts them back together. And he always says about the satisfying click or something like that.
And it is a little bit awkward E-clips at best.
Yeah.
It's also added to the fact that we're doing it in the studio and probably not in our natural working environment.
Well, I'm still getting used to my new work environment at home.
Definitely a click.
Look at that. That's done. All right. I'll do the back ones. You can go and talk to
I'll
customers.
go and pretend to do something.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I might have a
have
quick
fun.
drink. I'm quite happy to drink during.
Why not?
Yeah.
That is vodka.
You
Just
know.
so the people at home know.
No, not true.
Not true.
Not true. TFD does not drink. I'm bad enough as it is without drinking. There you go. That was Brett. He just wanders in and out when there's no customers. Let's do the rear ones. Double check to make sure it's correct. And I think once again we'll go in from this direction. I think the important thing about builds that we do here isn't so much that we're showing you anything special, but you can look at it and go, hey, those guys have built hundreds of kits and they still get things wrong. And that's okay. That one goes in there. This is starting to look like a car now. Yeah, it is a pity that it'll be several weeks before this gets seen by any of you, by which stage our YZ-10 special will be long gone. But certainly made them a bargain. I'm going to cheat a little bit here. I just want the back of that up here, so I'll use the handy wheel and tyre combo that we've got sitting over there. These are the original Hot Laps TF5 pattern, which were very well known back in the day. Very different rubber compound to what they used to be back then, though, that's for sure. Way softer. Now, I struggled with this before, which was why I got Brett to do it. Let's see if I'm any better this time. Just going to use this to nudge it across to where I need it. And fell off. There it is. Oh, for the fingers of a 10-year-old, I think. Okay. Oh, it's getting so close. I've discovered that this is actually magnetised, so every time I try and use it to nudge it across, it doesn't work. So I'm going to go for the 9 steps hobby knife. Brett is banned from using these because he usually hurts himself. Oh, that's so there it is, that satisfying click we just talked about. One more. I thought they gave us some spares here and they didn't. Right, this seems to be the way to do it. Yep. If I was building this at home, I would have been swearing a lot by now. But in deference to everybody watching, I'm not going to. Now, this. Where's it gone? There it is. One more to go. This is. We're going to have like 20 minutes of me just putting these arms on. Now, oh dear. So close. I foresee a deluge of emails. Please don't let Tony build any more kits. Done. Okay, we've got all of that on. Let's flip that over. It goes in there now. Now, I need this one turned around. Or do I? No, that's correct. Make sure the drive shaft is in. Where's my Tamiya spanner? Did Brett take it? No, there it is. I'd love to meet the guy who designed this. The Tamiya spanner, I mean. I doubt he could possibly have imagined how useful it would end up being. Okay, that is in fact the wrong way around, so I need to put this, there we go. Let's get this in. M3 lock nut again. I'm dropping E-clips, I'm dropping lock nuts. Something about this car. It's not that it's difficult to assemble, far from it, it's actually really simple. There we go, check, drive shaft in, yep. Flip this over. The issue there is, you can see what I've done here. I've let this go over on the top of the upper links. It actually needs to go underneath. As you can see here, shows it going underneath. Luckily enough, an easy fix. I'll just undo the upper links. I'll undo the outside ones. I must have been, when I put those arms on, I thought, oh, should I put the roll bar on now? No, that'll be fine. I should have listened to myself. Okay, pull that. Pull them both. Flip that over. There we go. Bloody, I couldn't see where it had gone. Put the dry shaft back in. Actually going to sit down for a bit. I'm old, you'll have to forgive me that. I've noticed now on the trains coming in the morning, people are offering me their seats. Oh God, I must look old now. Clip the roll bar on. Okay, rear arms on fully. Let's go back to the front. I need to turn this around. Yeah, it's a bit heavy-handed, I know, but it's all right. pass that through. I assume that goes to the rear. Yes, it does. Let's get this on. In a previous life, I was a technical illustrator for Ford Motor Company. And what I used to do was create the drawings that the guys on the production line used to put the cars together. So basically, this sort of thing, but for full-size cars. So that makes me very aware of producing a drawing that shows everything clearly. These are actually pretty damn good because I'm pretty fussy about these. But also, during that time, I had to liaise with the guys that were called the process engineers. They were the ones that decided how they were going to assemble it. So we had to talk to each other, work out, okay, how is the operator going to see this thing? Is he going to be looking up at it? Is it going to be on the bench? Or we had to take that into consideration in producing the drawings. And we also had to work out, can they actually assemble it like the way that we have just drawn? So I wonder, and I assume that sort of thing is taken into account by the Yokomo engineers and various other manufacturer engineers, and whether they think of that as well. I don't know. It's interesting because sometimes you go to put something together and you think, how the hell do they think we're going to be able to put that together? I don't know. That's just an aside. Thought I'd mention it. All right, back to reality. We have now got essentially almost a complete car. All we're lacking now are some shocks. I have a sneaking suspicion they're on the next page. No, they're not on the next page. We've got some more links. We've got the steering set up. No, arms on. I swore a lot.
Did you? Oh, nice.
So that's all good. Steering, servo saver. Not sure we're going to get to the shocks today.
You're just putting them off. I know you.
Well, I was thinking of doing it like with the magic of cinema. But by the time we come to the next one, 3 will be done.
Yeah, well, we can just do one and then we can just edit it. We can edit it. We don't need to take it home.
No. I was still going to do it.
We've got a leftover E-clip.
Yeah, that fell
Yes.
off. No, it's not a leftover one. It's from back here somewhere because it had been on and it was well worn. So for the moment, that's off. Yeah.
Oh, well,
but we can fix that later.
I'll retension it.
There it is.
And flick it off.
It's come off there.
That's easy.
So
that's easy.
we're
I'll
good.
retension it and flick it off.
Yeah, you'll retension it and it'll fly over the other side of the studio.
I'll try my very best.
Yeah, they all say that.
What are we doing now? Steering servo.
Steering servo. Bag 6.
Bag 6.
You remember the legendary Bag 6?
I do, because it's got the Z-bend servo saver thing.
Yeah, which I hate it.
It's a bit awful. But
no, it's a lot awful.
You know, on my one, I've actually got a upgraded part from Unfair RC.
Have you?
Do you want to have a?
That's unfair.
How about we?
Your one's here.
My one's here. That's right. How about we build? You build this one first.
Yeah.
I'll come back in another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll show you the difference. Yeah.
Look at that. There's some bits. There's some bits.
I do love servo savers. It's just something that we just don't really do anymore.
Well, we don't need them anymore because
Well, the servos are that good.
because the
I'm
servos
sure
are.
we do. We just don't have them.
No, we just
Big
don't.
balls.
Thanks. I like these ball ends. I do
do?
like. I do.
The natural.
Yeah.
El natural ball ends. How's your nippers going?
Speaking of Z bend, there it is.
Yeah. And the big problem with the Z bend TFG, as you know,
Yeah.
is not the strength of it. Like, yes, it's going to be strong,
But
because it's got such a small diameter, I'm going to just zoom in a bit here.
yep.
Because it's got such a small diameter, it's so quite sharp. It wears and elongates the holes, and then it becomes sloppy in the Ackerman arm. So you get this slop.
No, there's nothing worse than going to the doctor and saying I'm a bit sloppy in my Ackerman arm.
Is it?
Well, I'm told it's bad.
Dr. Ackerman. Where's he from?
No, I think you've made that up.
Austrian.
I think you've made that up.
He invented toe out on turning. Dr. Ackerman.
Dr. Ackerman.
Yes. You don't believe me?
No.
No.
I believe everything you tell me.
I'll leave you with it.
Yeah, I'll just sit here. That bit's there. Let's move this out of the way so I can bring this in for you people. There we go. We've got that bit, which is this one. And we've got this bit. There's another one missing. All right, found the part. Was over here. How it got over there, don't know. Brett probably put it there to confuse me. So, these are the bits. The infamous Z bend. Put together like that. Now this goes through here, nests in the top of the servo saver. Spring goes in there. Let's just see. Sometimes you have to put so much pressure on these before you can do them up. This one's actually okay. Just do that up. That's good. We need one of these. A 5.8 ball stud. I can hear Brett on the phone outside, so he won't come in and annoy me. Let's bring this in. We need a couple of servo post X1, that's this one here. We'll screw that on. It gets attached from underneath. And there's another one that goes on exactly the same way. This is it. They're on. There's a washer that goes on over there. servo saver tube that fits into this bell crank. That's all good. We need some lock nuts. Once again, I'm dropping things. My fat finger's getting in the way. Not bad, I've dropped that twice. I'm going to cheat. And I'm going to put it inside the Tamiya spanner. There we go. That one's on. And this one's on. You don't want to do these up too tight. You don't even want to, when you, I'm just going to lift these up and down. Now that can go down a little bit more. I don't want it bottoming out. Tiny bit of free play is fine. I can come down a little bit more on this. Okay, that's good. Move that hobby knife out the way. That's all good. Steering is in. More turnbuckles. More turnbuckles. These are the steering links. Now, just to confuse you, I'm going to stand up again. Let's get some turnbuckles built. 1, 2, 3, 4. M35 by 2. That one goes that way. These are actually quite doable by hand. Most of the modern ones are impossible to do by hand. I always have a quick, usually the turnbuckle drawings are to scale, so you can hold them up. I usually just glance at it, and the amount of thread that they've got showing, I try and just duplicate that as close as I can so that it's near enough. These. Then we do the fine adjustment later.
Are you whispering?
No, I'm not whispering.
Are you whispering sweet nothings?
No, I'm turnbuckling again.
Oh, it's your second favourite thing to do.
Yeah, but the first favourite thing to do, the police keep coming around, so I can't do that anymore. So,
at least asked. At least seek consent.
Yeah, but you know.
You know, I like to lick the end of it.
Yeah, I know that, but what you do when you're the privacy of your own house is entirely up to you. I usually use the chapstick thing, as I've mentioned before, but that's at home.
Well, I've got a whole tub of lube here that you can use.
Yeah, but, you know...
Drop a shock or anything.
Yeah, but these are okay. These are much easier than the...
modern stuff, right?
Yeah, that's what I actually just said that. It's so modern stuff, you just...
And the 8-scale stuff's next level on top of that.
Oh, I've never built an 8-scale car.
Have you?
What's a 5th-scale car like? Oh,
5th-scale?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they're alright.
Well,
I haven't built one for 20 years, but I used to race FG 5th-scales.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I was actually leading the national champion in 2000, and then my clutch spring broke.
Oh, your crutch spring broke.
Crutch spring.
Your crutch spring broke.
Clutch spring, yeah. Over at Lilydale.
Ah.
Here you go, I built that one for you.
Yeah, all right. That's the.
Because I knew that you're in.
That's the one here.
I did want to show you. I wanted to take the opportunity.
Here's that. Here's
a YZ-10 that we've.
I'm sorry,
I'm going to leave dirt on your bench. This is my 870C. Some bloke painted for me. Did a bloody good job.
Yeah, I've slept with that bloke. Mind you, who hasn't?
Now have a look at the steering linkage on my fine thing. We've got a carbon.
There's a carbon fibre plate here.
Let's go to Zoomtown.
So that's going across here to here.
Yeah. So see, because I did run the ZY, you can see how it's deformed and elongated the hole. So it got a little bit sloppy.
Sloppy.
Unfair RC out in Perth actually do a Ackerman upgrade kit. So it comes with the carbon fibre plate, comes with ball bearings and the longer screws, all the hardware you need. And it doesn't change anything. It's not a performance advancement. It's really just a reliability and it's really nice. And there's no slop in the steering at all.
I mean,
compared to what was there.
The purist would complain, oh, that's not original, but sometimes...
Yeah, but I just don't want a DNF because of stupid crap.
Yeah.
When you can prevent it.
Yeah.
And we have the technology now. And it's a pretty cheap part. We sell that as well. I won't say cheap, it's good value, right? Like,
again, bearings, like you, as we've discussed earlier.
No, I'm happy to be called cheap.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can see that one compared to the Z-bend that you were just working on here.
Yep.
And I reckon you've put that in the wrong hole.
I think you're right.
Just saying.
No.
You put it in the right hole?
I'll put it in the right hole.
I'll stand corrected then.
Yeah, because that's where it's supposed to go. It says so. That's interesting.
Maybe mine's built wrong then.
Here, it's in this front. Oh, this view.
Ah, it's in that hole.
It's in that hole.
Threw you off.
So
technically speaking, it's wrong.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's going to catch out the punters.
Yeah, but that was just a fluke that we picked that up.
There you go.
Now, anyway. If you look following pictures, the steering link goes in that front hole, so I'm going to have to take that off. Anyway. But there's no question, but that's got it in the front. So there you go.
Look at that. That's what it's going to look like finished.
That's a mistake.
Show it off.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, look at that.
And dirty. Look at that. 2.2-inch wheels on this one.
Yep.
Modified tyres. LRP 10 double.
Pink tyres.
Pink tyres.
Pink tyres.
Jun Watanabe specials.
Yes.
Okay? Blockhead motors. Get amongst it.
Yeah. Isn't that good that we picked that up?
Yep. No toy gets left behind, TFG. No toy gets left behind.
No.
I won't stand for it.
No. All right, I'm going to pull that apart now and fix it up. Might be able to do it with just pulling one off.
All right, well, gee. Can you say that?
Yeah, I think I did. Anyway, people, not a whole lot to do here. Put these on here, put these on here. I'll have to take all this off first, but I'm going to call it there. We'll come back, part 4, and I'll have this fixed up, and we'll go on to doing the shops. I'm Tony from Hearns. This is a YZ-10. Thanks for watching.